I'm not sure if you're looking for a different thing when you meet at that age, but you definitely know what you do and don't want.
I wanted to meet someone so I could have a child or try to have children. Having children became very important to me when I was in my mid-30s. Suddenly the panic sets in at like 35. You know, is it going to happen? Because I was 35 and single. My panic was largely around actually meeting somebody. Fortunately, Jason came along when I was 37, so just in the nick of time.
He's been crying now for 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
4-month-old Weston has had diarrhoea and vomiting for over 24 hours. He's been brought in by new parents, Nina and Jason.
I know. He keeps looking at me like, what are you...
I know.
Every time I go near him, he's like that. Come here. Oh.
Jason and I met via the internet dating. We met in a pub locally. I found the whole internet dating experience horrendous.
She says that she only really agreed to have a date with me because we lived in the same postcode.
We met in the pub around the corner and he... Well, initially, actually, I wasn't bowled over, but he was a grower.
My first impression of Nina. Funnily enough, you know, they say you never judge a book by its cover. I actually thought, and I've nothing to base this on, but I actually thought she could be quite hard work.
And I had in my mind I wanted to get back in time to watch Jonathan Ross. So we came back to my house, which I wouldn't normally do, and we watched Jonathan Ross together.
We had a lot of fun for the next few weeks and just never really looked back. Monster. It's better. I'm not sure if you're looking for a different thing when you meet at that age, but you definitely know what you do and don't want.
I wanted to meet someone so I could have a child or try to have children. Having children became very important to me when I was in my mid-30s. Suddenly the panic sets in at like 35. You know, is it going to happen? Because I was 35 and single. My panic was largely around actually meeting somebody. Fortunately, Jason came along when I was 37, so just in the nick of time.
She's really, really good fun. She doesn't take herself seriously at all. She's got a great sense of humour and she can really laugh at herself, which is priceless. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, he looks much better. He's not soiled himself since we got here. This morning, when I got up, I changed him 3 times in about an hour.
I changed him lots last night, so I just all watery. He kept doing the horrible farty sounds, and I looked and it was just
Comedy fart noise.
Weston?
Can you grab that?
4-month-old Weston is being examined to find out the cause of his diarrhoea and vomiting.
Hi, morning.
Hi, how are you?
Just take a seat here. Hi, how are you?
She looks a bit brighter.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, tell me about him.
He was unusually windy for about 4 or 5 days. I mean, he had quite a bit of distress. Had a terrible night last night. He was awake every half an hour. And he's had really, really bad diarrhoea. Huge. It was everything. He just comedy. He was head to...
But the diarrhea came first.
The diarrhea started, yeah.
Diarrhoea. He's had diarrhoea for 24 hours.
And today, the stool has been as watery and...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's since...
Would you mind undressing him?
No, of course not.
We had to change him about 3 times in the night.
Okay.
Weston is Nina and Jason's only child. He was born after a 2-year struggle to conceive.
You can't help feeling a little bit of like, when is it going to be my turn? You spend a lot of time being happy for other people and just hoping that your turn would come and waiting to be happy for yourself.
He seems a bit better, doesn't he? He's definitely lost weight.
You think he's lost weight?
Which is probably much needed.
Yeah, of course, there was, a few months when I shed a few tears, but fortunately, Jason kind of cheered us along through the whole process, and yeah, we got there.
Nina's a brilliant mother. Absolutely adores him. She can't do enough for him. She spoils him. She really does spoil him. I have to keep telling her off. And she's always buying him. Weston's going to be the best dressed kid in southeast London.
Oh yes, you're trying to talk to me.
Yeah, he's quite a chatty little fella.
People do complain about their kids, the lack of sleep. It doesn't bother me. He can wake me up 20 times a night. I don't care. I don't care how many nappies have changed. I don't care how many times he's sick. I don't care if my favourite dress is ruined. I'm just so lucky to have him.
I think it's very likely that he had norovirus infection. Norovirus, N-O-R-O.
Okay.
I'll go and get a prescription.
Lovely,
Yeah?
thank you very much. You can't not eat drink for 6 hours. You can't have nothing to eat for 6 hours.
Start shut his arm off. You can just kind of feel it when they're together. How much she actually does love him. It'd be interesting, actually, to see what she's like when he starts being a little bit naughty, how she'll kind of discipline him. Because I've got a feeling that she'll be a terrible disciplinarian. I think she'll be incredibly soft with him. So that'll be my task, no doubt.
This way?
I hope we have another one. If we don't, life's going to be good anyway. We've got a good one. And I've got Jason, and that's it. I go and pick him up all the time if he just moans. I have him in bed with me, but I love it. I love having him in bed with us. He kind of pushes us both to the sides of the bed. I need to learn not to spoil him, and currently I think I probably could be accused of spoiling him.